Now on to a CAT 2017 slot 1 question. Okay, let's start the timer. A class consists of 20 boys and 30 girls. Find the mid-semester examination. The average score of the girls was 5 higher than that of the boys. We don't know the average. Final exam, however, average score of the girls dropped by 3. Average score of entire class increased by 2. Increase in the average score of the boys is what? We can assume a value for the average. We can also use allegations over here. 2:3 is the boys to girls ratio. Let 10 be the average of boys. Girls is going to be 5 higher, which is 15. Okay, let's start with that. Girls, boys, 15, 10. In the ratio of girls to boys, 3:2. 5 parts, 5 being the difference, split it by 2, you get a 13. Okay, what happens in the end semester examination over here? Final exam, girls drop by 3, 15 becomes 12. Overall goes up by 2, 13 becomes 15 over here. Okay, the same ratio, 3:2. 3 over here is 2 parts, 1.5. 3 is going to be 4.5. Up it and you get 19.5. 10 goes up to 19.5. That's an increase of 9.5 over here. Right? So once again, it's a question. You've got to push, you've got to go fast to solve it. Right? So you can take your time. Right? You don't need to really hurry. Take about 1.5 minutes for this or 2 minutes and you should comfortably do it. But the approaches are important over here. I tend to avoid using a variable because the tendency to make mistakes are high. But again, you should have an idea on when you can avoid using a variable. And this is one such question where you can assume a value. Because if you'd have used A, eventually you're going to get to, A plus something, right? So you don't need to really use that, right? So instead, remember that, it's allegations. It's moving by a certain number, right? So therefore, you can assume a value for the average for boys initially, 10, and you get 15 here. 3:2 ratio. We've done this in the mixtures and allegations lesson. How do you find this so quickly? Total parts is 5, and the difference is what we have to look for over here, which is also 5, right? So therefore, each part over here is 1. You have to pull this by 2 parts from here. Pull this by 2 from 15 towards 10 by 2, subtract 2 and you get 13. That's the average. This goes up by 2. That's what is given here. 15 comes down by 3 and that becomes 12. Same ratio, girls and boys, no change over there. What's the average score of the boys? The difference over here, 15 minus 12 is 3. If 3 is 2 parts, each part is 1.5, right? So this difference over here is 3. If 3 is 2 parts, you have to look at the diagonal, right? Allegations. Each part is 1.5. This has to go up by 3 into 1.5, 4.5. So 15 plus 4.5 is 19.5. 10 to 19.5, that's a 9.5 increase, right? So that's the way you solve this question.